We just got out of the Bethesda E3 conference and we're heading home right now. And to be honest, it was a pretty good conference. You can't record, you can't see me, just show the road. It was a pretty, I thought it was a pretty good conference. You know, to be honest, they didn't show a lot, but I was telling Jake, what they did show was a lot of good stuff. You know, it was like stuff, like new announcements, stuff we wanted to see. And it wasn't like over the top crazy, like, oh my gosh, new content everywhere. I mean, we all knew that it was coming, you know, and nothing was really a total surprise. But what they showed was just a lot of good stuff, although it was, you know, pretty few when it comes to interesting, really new content. So, you know, Jake's here, he's holding the camera.
No, I'm not.
We got our, I guess our little figurines, our vinyl figurines as a gift from going to the Bethesda E3 conference. We showed it when I was showing us walking out. But yeah, so those are pretty cool. We also actually, why don't we just talk about them talk about the content as we go through it, right? So the first thing they showed was Doom, and Doom is, you know, it's the return of Doom. They're rebooting the series. It's been long gone. I played the BFG edition on PC and had a blast with it. I thought it was a really good classic FPS. Jake has never played a Doom game before.
No, I have, but
you have?
I just never completed one.
Okay, well, I thought Doom 3 BFG edition was pretty awesome, and I really enjoyed it. And I thought the gameplay that we saw, the first thing I noticed was, okay, it does run 60 frames per second, and the graphics were phenomenal. Like, it was like really good lighting effects, good effects with, like, you know, the weapons and stuff, and everything was like super fast paced. It was just very classic. You know, it had that classic feel. You were getting loot. There was no regenerating health. And I just really felt like it felt like the classic Doom was back. And I know a lot of people are gonna laugh at that because, you know, I'm not that old enough to say what the classic Doom really was like, but it did have that sense of, you know, that sense that this was a classic FPS that had, you know, a lot of classic elements. You were getting loot. It was fast paced. There was no regenerating health. I love the way the guns felt. So
there is health pots when you kill people.
Yeah, but and then when the gore in the game and the sheer brutalness was amazing. Like the game looked great, and it was so brutal. Like, you were tearing people's limbs off, sawing people in half with a chainsaw,
feeding people their own foot,
feeding people their own hearts too. That guy ripped the guy's heart out and shoved it down his throat. Exploded. It's like,
tell you loved it.
It was like over the top insane, and I think that's what people really wanted, was over the top insane carnage. My only thing is that when it comes to FPSs, I think a lot of FPSs forgot that whole setup to the actual shooter element. Because when you played Doom 3, you know, you were able to walk around the facility, interact with the different NPCs, and, you know, Half-Life 2, when you were able to walk around the city, interact with different NPCs, touch things, and it was like a cool build-up to the action. And these days, it's like, just get to the action. Let's skip all the pleasantries. Let's just plop you in a level full of chaos, and you just do your thing. But there's no initial setup. There's no, like, oh, let me explore the environment for how the way the world was, you know, before I actually delve in there. And I really hope that the Doom reboot, when it comes out, will actually allow you, it'll feel like Doom 3 was, where in the sense that you're able to walk around and, you know, interact with different things before all hell breaks loose. So I really enjoyed it. Jacob, what did you think?
I really liked it.
So you liked it. All the guns were really creative, and you know, all sounded cool. And it was like, you know, it was kind of cool because all the guns had like that initial classic Doom feel. You know, you had that pulse laser rifle thing that was like from the previous games. You had a lot of different weapons that were actually from the previous Dooms remastered for this new, you know, Doom game. And they all looked great. They all handled great. Looked like they handled great, and it just looks like a lot of fun, a lot of chaos. You're gonna have to be on your feet at the same, just on your feet constantly, and you can dash and do boost and whatnot. So I'm really looking forward to Doom. We're gonna be able to play it in spring 2016. There's gonna be a multiplayer mode. You're gonna be able to customize your own multiplayer section, maps, game modes, and whatever, which I think is actually pretty cool. And That looks and sounds really, 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 really awesome. So I'm really looking forward to Doom. It's nice to see the game back, and the graphics look incredible. So, and Jacob, do you want to say anything about Doom that I missed, Jake?
No comment, because you said everything you said. I was going to say.
All right. What else did they show? They went on stage and talked about Battle Cry. I'm not really interested in it. Are you interested in it?
Currently, I am looking for the Fallout Shelter app. I'm waiting for it to come out, so I can
but the thing is, they only announced it for like iPhone. It's like, what about Android? And I know a lot of iPhone elitists are going to say, "Oh, Android sucks. It's all about the iPhone. iPhone has the biggest market share." No, they don't. Apple doesn't have the biggest market share at all. Android accounts for 54% of the mobile market share. Apple only accounts for 32%. I'm not kidding you. That's an actual statistic. Android has over half of the mobile market. So next time someone says some idiotic thing like, "Oh, everyone has the iPhone. Oh, it's all about the iPhone." No, they don't. The iPhone is a gimmicky piece of crap. Okay, now that's my fanboying going on, but no. When it comes to the iPhone, Apple makes the same device, the same design, upgrades it with some software, and then adds some mediocre specs and prices it as much as everyone else. But they can do that because they're Apple. My phone, which cost $100, $200 less than the iPhone, has better specs in every single way and runs on better software, open software that developers prefer. But that's a different topic for a different hand. I already talked about my discussion with.
Also, real quick,
yeah.
For Apple phones, they're known as the common phone. So every Android, no, I'm saying.
I know they're known.
I'm saying they're known for just a common phone. Everybody has one. So every Android, every Android phone that comes out is supposed to be better than that. In a way, no matter what.
But the thing is, everyone thinks to themselves, "Oh,
you may think it's." I'm not trying to be. I'm not hating on the Apple. I mean, I do own a couple Apple things, and I like their phones, but it's true. It's the most common phone. You'll see everybody have it. You'll see
32% of the world have it. Well, you'll see the people who have it. Those 32% of people, right, are teenagers and moms and parents who don't know how to use smart devices. All right,
it's not just the iPhone. It's the iPad, the tablets, everything.
We're talking about the phone market. I'm not talking about the tablet market.
Everything is practically
the tablet market's different. I know everything's it's the same design. It's the same basic square with a circle on the bottom, and then that's it. It's sleeker, it's slimmer, it's a little bit more rounder. But where are you going to change up the buttons? Where are you going to add something crazy? You know that the iPhone 6, the newest iPhone, only has a gig of RAM in it. A gig. Guess how much my phone has? 3 gigs.
I think mine has 4.
I think yours is crazy, but 3 gigs. Mine has 3 times as much RAM as the iPhone. No people care about that and stuff. So we're not talking about the iPhone here. We're talking about Bethesda's press conference. We already wasted enough time on this. All right. Battle Cry. You interested in it? You want to say something? Or we actually were talking about it.
Battle Cry looks interesting. I mean, I like MOBAs, but somebody was telling me it's a third person, and from what I saw, yeah, it is a third person. It just doesn't look like it would be that great.
What is wrong with third person MOBAs?
I mean, there's a bunch of things. I don't know. It just doesn't look like it's gonna be that great.
Okay.
I've seen those kind of games before.
Yeah, I understand. There's tons of games, where it's it doesn't really look that interesting. 5 north. I'm going on.
What? You're staying on the 101.
Yeah, but it's 118, 5, and then.
Stay where you are.
Okay, I'm staying where I am. Sorry, we're on our way home right now. I just want to make sure that I'm going the right area. Anyway, all right, they showed.
Wait, that's the 118.
Do you need to stop it?
Yes, I do.
Go. Stop. All right, so just trying to get an idea of where we're actually going. So. All right, talk about Battle Cry. Dishonored 2 announcement. All right, we got a nice CGI trailer for it. You can play as either Corvo or like Corvo again, the main character from the first game, or Emily Caldwin, who was the little girl of the princess, the heir, that you were trying to save throughout the first game. She's now grown up, and you can actually play as her. Excuse me. During the in the campaign of the game, Jacob thinks there's going to be co-op.
There's going to be co-op.
I see how, but I just don't think. I don't know.
Just think about it. There's two different characters with two different unique abilities. I believe that there's gonna be co-op.
Yeah, but then you could say, okay, then when Grand Theft Auto 5 had 3 characters, you could say, oh, co-op, but it wasn't co-op.
I mean, they're still in the makings, if I'm correct. I mean, they still have time to think about it.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't care if it was co-op or not. I wouldn't be playing the game co-op, to be honest with everyone. But
I see.
We did get a nice CGI trailer for it, and it looked great, looked really interesting. And we also got the announcement that they're making a Dishonored Definitive Edition for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Was it for PC or not?
PC.
Was it on PC, the Definitive Edition?
I believe so.
Okay, well, I played Dishonored on the PC, and I was able to max it out. It ran beautiful at 60 frames per second, and it was cell shaded, so it still looked really good, especially on max settings. So I don't know if they're going to just do a max settings port for the consoles, or if they're actually going to go in there and build it with some, nice effects and stuff. We didn't get a trailer at all. We didn't even get gameplay of the Dishonored Definitive Edition. We're just knowing that's going to come out fall 2015.
Yeah, they told us that it wasn't. It's still not finished.
So yeah,
it was accidentally leaked.
You'll get all the DLC, but I already played all the DLC. So this Definitive Edition might not even be worth it unless there's a huge graphical upgrade. But there probably won't be. I can just imagine them putting the PC graphics on PS4 and Xbox One, up the resolution to 1080p, make it 60 frames per second, and boom, put all the DLC in there. I don't know if they're actually going to do a complete workaround on the graphics and build it on a Dishonored 2 engine, but we'll have to wait and see. Then they talked about Elder Scrolls Online. I don't give a shit. The Elder Scrolls Online came out, and it had like an awful launch. People don't like the game. All right.
Well, no, this is a different one. This is Tamriel Unlimited.
This is just a free version, I thought. Isn't this just a free version of what's already on PC?
Not really. I mean, it's a little bit changed. You have to look at it. I haven't played the game. I just know it's different.
I played the beta on PC, and it was boring.
Yeah, I played the beta too.
You played the beta too. You played the beta too.
I didn't like it.
Then the game came out, and it sucked, apparently, on PC. No one liked it. It had all these troubles, and it was just frustrating. I don't know if they fixed it since.
Easily, I have a couple friends that like it. I don't understand.
And then they now it just came out on PS4 and Xbox One, but the game already is suffering from the reputation that it accumulated on the PC platform. So
I can't wait till the trading card game.
Yeah. They also announced the trading card game. I'm not into those, but Jake is. So you play Hearthstone a lot.
And Magic.
And Magic, too. So, yeah, you're into all that. So that's pretty nice. And, I think that was pretty much it. Then they showed Fallout 4. It was like a big thing for Fallout 4. They went over the game for like 20 minutes, and that was good, I like that they said that we're going to show you a lot of the game. They showed us concept work. They finally showed in-game visuals. The character customization is now completely redone. It's kind of like The Sims 4. If you play The Sims 4, you just point, click, and edit, and you can do anything you want. And it's pretty funny. So there's actually a set story with a set character now. You can actually, it's pretty cool. You customize both your male and female characters, right? And then they make a child based off the customization of your male and female characters, right? Which is, I think, is pretty interesting. But basically,
I just wonder what happens to them.
They showed the beginning. Yeah, they showed the beginning of the game, which is pretty cool. Where you're actually gonna see the world as it was before. You run into the vault, and then you emerge 200 years later. I guess you were in a cryo tube or something like that, or in cryo-freeze, and you emerge 200 years later, the only survivor of Vault 111, and you have this massive wasteland to go to. All right, my biggest thing to me that really stood out: decent shooting mechanics. Thank God. The reason that became so popular, and Jake never played Fallout 3. by the time he was interested in it, it was like way too late. So he kind of skipped on it, but he's going to be playing Fallout 4, right?
Yes. I'm getting the collectors.
Yes, we're both getting a collector's edition of Fallout 4 because that's freaking sweet. But,
because let's be honest, that little prop is the best.
Yeah. The big thing for me was like decent shooting mechanics. You know, everyone used VATS because the shooting mechanics are very stiff and weren't really that good firing from the hip. Now they made it into more of an FPS, so now it handles much better. I think they're looking to Wolfenstein. Hopefully, they're looking to Wolfenstein for some inspiration in the way that guns should feel.
You're getting off into Tango, by the way.
Tango, so hopefully, they're looking to Wolfenstein. For their shooting mechanics, but so far they look fantastic. The third-person shooting mechanics have been completely redone as well, so you have a decent camera now. It's not just static and very crappy, and now looks like it handles much better. So that's I keep going. I'm just looking at the clock because everyone's slowing down. But yeah,
in front of you can go as fast as you want, as long as you don't pass them.
Now they took the element from Skyrim, the Skyrim DLC, I forgot what it was called, that let you create houses and build houses. They took that element and put it into Fallout. So now you can build your own fortress and connect everything.
Exits coming up.
Yeah, and have people trade with you and things like that. And that's just freaking sweet. That's a lot of content. It's freaking sweet. And apparently, this is pretty cool. We all thought that they started working on it straight after Skyrim. No, they actually started what?
Oh no, I'm just kidding.
Oh, they actually started working on it since in 2009, right after Fallout 3 came out. They started concepting on it and had like a small team together working on the project. So now all they're doing pretty much is, after when they made Skyrim, they just booked it from the start after Skyrim to work on Fallout 4. And so the game's been in development for 5-6 years now. And so it's not, I don't think by any means it's rushed out. They just decided to show the game now. Where am I going? Left?
He's pulling this guy over.
Yeah.
So don't worry about it.
So I have no idea where, I'm sorry. We just know for sure that the game isn't being rushed, which is actually pretty well, because a lot of people were saying, oh, if it comes out this year, that's kind of like a worry the game may be rushed. No, I don't. Now we know that's not really the case because they had such a long development cycle. So, bottom line is, I'm really pleased with what I saw regarding Fallout 4. I think the shooting mechanics are great. I like that the conversation dialogues are just like Mass Effect, and you can actually switch the camera between them. So if you want to play in just in first person, you can, but you can it actually zooms out the camera in third person like an RPG now, so it handles more like Mass Effect and all the BioWare DLCs, The Witcher for example. And your character now has a voice, which is pretty cool. A lot of people have expressed mixed opinions on the voice. I just think it further adds to a stronger story and character development.
You mentioned the genders?
Yeah, you can play as male or female, either one. And that will determine the look of your child. So, but yeah, just hands down, Fallout 4 looked amazing. The collector's edition was hilarious. You guys have to understand that even though you're watching this from a stream, all right, to actually be there is such a different experience. Everything else, from the scale of everything else, how amazing it looks, how epic it looks, how it feels, everything is multiplied by 20 when you're in that theater, sitting there, watching it on screen, actually hearing the rumbles and thors of the bass as it's soaring through the auditorium, pulsating through your body. That itself makes for such an incredible experience, and it makes everything more epic. So even though you may look at the stream, right, and you may look back at it and say, well, they didn't show that much, but everything looked pretty cool, and Fallout 4 looks kind of fun, I don't know. To actually be sitting there in that stage, you would have had a completely different opinion. The game looks fantastic, in my opinion. The graphics look great. Character models look really, good. And the game just looks like it plays a hell of a lot fun, a hell of a lot more fun with so much more content than Fallout 3 did. And I'm really looking forward to it. November 10th of 2015. I have to hurry up and build my 4K gaming PC because I do not want to miss playing that game in 4K on my PC. What'd you whisper to them?
I'm going to do it in time.
That's not. You have to be nice to me. It's my birthday.
You gotta be confident though.
I am confident. So I have to hurry up and I have to make as much money as possible, and I have to get this 4K gaming PC built because I want to experience that game on PC, full 4K, 60 frames per second in all its glory, and I think it's going to be freaking fantastic. The collector's edition looks amazing. I liked how not Pete Hines. It's not Pete Hines, right? It's Todd Howard.
Yeah.
I loved how Todd Howard came up on stage and was talking about the stupid gimmicks and things. Everyone was laughing when he said it. He was like, of all the stupid gimmicks, this is the best fucking one. It was fantastic, you know, just to, because yes, it's a stupid gimmick, but just to have that thing sitting on your desk, it's tangible, it's real, and that thing looks like its build quality is really nice as well. A full-on screen with the, you know, the Vault-Tec operating system. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'll let Jacob talk about his feelings regarding the game, because this is your first time you're going to give Fallout a shot as a series.
I mean, I played Fable.
Oh, I know where we are. Okay.
I played Fable before, and you know, at the time I loved it, and I know there was like a quarrel between the both games, Fallout and Fable, like which one's better.
Yeah, I never understood that.
They're two different games. One's fantasy, one's fantasy-wise, one's FPS.
Fiction. One's science fiction. Fantasy and science fiction.
Yeah, science fiction.
And they play completely different.
And yeah, I don't know how you compare those two. And I've never played Fallout because, you know, I had Fable to play at the time, and there was a bunch to do on there too. And it's like, I know Fallout 3 and Fallout 2 are long.
Coincidentally,
I can't play that many.
Yeah, and coincidentally, I never played Fable because I just never really had an interest in the game, and I had Fallout. So we're like, you know, we both took an opposite road there. But you know, this one looks fantastic. I know, Jake, you're really excited about it. What's the best thing you think you saw in terms of?
I thought how you can make your own fortress and customize it, and how there could be invasions.
Invasions,
cool.
Yeah, dynamic invasions. Customizing your armor for the first time, put designs on it. I mean, that's essentially adding that Forza.
Yeah, as well as that, and then you can customize every weapon.
Yeah, every weapon
differently.
The guy turned a pistol into like an assault rifle with lasers. And the laser, he made like a laser rifle out of a pistol.
Yeah,
it's like, what the hell?
Insane.
That is, I mean, just that sheer level. They said they had over 50 base weapons and over 700 possible combinations for customization options for it.
It's so
unbelievable.
Many.
I mean, Skyrim was huge. The Witcher 3 is, I'm still playing The Witcher 3, and it's humongous. It's overwhelming. But oh my god, I cannot even imagine how much there is to do in Fallout 4. I don't know if they're going to topple CD Projekt Red with The Witcher, but jeez, there is a lot to do, it seems, in Fallout 4 right now. So, bottom line is, Bethesda press conference, their first ever one. I think that they did a really good job. I think that what they showed, even though it wasn't a lot, it was very, very, very great content. Fallout 4 looked amazing. Doom looked fantastic. I had to get over. Dishonored 2 announcement, which is pretty freaking awesome, and I'm looking forward to the game. I cannot wait till it releases. Fallout 4, Doom, and Dishonored 2. Dishonored 2 is probably a year away, in all honesty.
This guy's on your butt.
Huh?
This guy is on your butt.
I know. So yeah, bottom line is just great, exciting content to be around. Fallout 4 did not disappoint. Doom is back, and Dishonored 2, I cannot wait to go stealth again, and that was a great game. The first Dishonored was fantastic. So, all right, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. We'll see you all tomorrow, very early, for the Microsoft press conference, where we're going to see Rise of the Tomb Raider gameplay, reveal gameplay for Black Ops 3, reveal gameplay for Halo 5 Guardians, and reveal gameplay possibly for the next Gears of War.
Oh yeah, they're making a Gears of War.
Yeah, so it's going to be a big day tomorrow morning. And so Bethesda, great way to kick off the E3 week, all right? Have a great day, guys. See you later. And yeah.